What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101 psychological lesson for you guys. You have a strategy, you get in on something, and every time you get in on something and it starts to move up and you sell, and you always sell, and the stock just keeps going and going and going and going, and you're like, man, I shouldn't have sold because this stock went up $2 even more. So then you start switching it up, and when the stock moves up, you just keep holding and holding and holding, and then the stock just keeps falling and falling and falling and never reversing and keeps going back up, and the stock comes all the way back down below where you bought in, below where it opened, and it just keeps falling and falling, and you're still holding on to it, and you're telling yourself, man, why does this happen to me? Why is it when I sell early on these spikes, the stock just keeps going and going and going, but then when I finally get enough courage to hold on to it, the stock goes up and it falls back down and just keeps going lower and lower? Is the stock market particularly pointing at me as I'm the enemy? Why does this always happen to me? When you're in the market, you gotta go into this. Whenever you're up in profits, you're never guaranteed those profits, and you have to lock those profits in at all times. Never change up and get greedy and want more and more and more. Always go into the mindset you're a professional profit taker. You don't want greed to overcome your trading. Lock in that profit. If the stock's moving up, you could always sell half. You could always scale out of your position. Paying attention when the stock is moving up too to the volume. Is buying and still increasing? Is more and more volume coming into this play? Do you see green candles consistently increasing? Or do you see the green candles decreasing and the red candles increasing? There's factors you got to take into something when you're analyzing a play. For instance, we had ONCS straight up run up and crap. If you look on this, you got this big spike right here from 90 cents all the way up to $1.13. It has news this morning. You could see the candles, all the buying right here. But then when it was getting toppy right in this area, when you switch to the 1 minute, you could see the green candles increasing. But then right after this point right here, this is when the green candles start to decline and go down. And the selling, the red candles, yeah, they're declining, but they're still pretty big. You see how big these are. People are selling and selling and selling. And look at this one right here. Over 500,000 in volume right here in this 1 minute sell right here. It just goes to show you the factors you got to take in when analyzing these plays. And it's always a good idea to lock in that profit, because in the stock market, you're never guaranteed that profit. Never. So always stick to your plan and lock in your profits. Never let greed overcome. Never get emotional. Stick with your game plan always. If a stock drops below where you planned on your mental loss, you have to cut it no matter what. You have to stick with your plan and have that mindset of you are in this for the long run. Every trade is not going to be a home run trade. You got to look at every single trade as if it's a base hit, and those gains just add up and add up and add up and add up. And every time you cut your losses immediately, your winners will take care of your losses. And that's why I try to be very, very picky as well about what I trade. I don't want to trade just anything. I want to be as picky as I can when it comes to my trading, because this is my portfolio. This is my baby. I got to take care of it. And I just can't gamble and throw my portfolio, everything I've worked hard for, out there to just be demolished because Traders are wolves, and they will eat your portfolio up if you're careless. So, just a little trading psychology in a lesson for you guys. Always take profits off the table, never get greedy, and stick to your game plan. If a stock's not working in your favor, or if you feel uncomfortable when you get in a trade, just get out. Get out. Tomorrow's a new day. Move on. Keep grinding, stay humble, and always study, study, study. You have to study every single day, every weekend, even when you're on a winning streak. You can't take a break and let your foot off the gas. You got to keep grinding and studying. Because if you get too much of a big head, that's when mistakes can start to happen. But just a real quick lesson on trading psychology, greed, and emotions. Until next time, everyone, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. All right, later, everyone.